Today I am going to work again in my magazine idea playground, and I am going to attempt to do Shannon Green's rainbow papers, where she scrapes paint across the page, lets that dry, goes back, uses a stencil, and then doodles around the paint. So I thought that I would start with a black page, mostly because these black pages are in the center of my magazine art journal, and this is a really thick journal. This is a really thick book, and both sides are relatively flat. I'll have some curving down in here, but that's okay. I think that I can get my card down in there. I have two stencils here that I thought I would use. They're very similar in nature. They're flourishes. I seem to like the flourishes. I may come back in and doodle some circles, do some geometric doodling on there too. It just depends on where I'm at and what I want to do. Now I am going to put my palette of colors across. In fact, I think I'll put them across this way. And in fact, why don't I just do that now? I've arranged them, and I'm not sure how much I need. I guess I'm just going to experiment as I go here. I am not a bright color person. That is another reason why I chose a black background, so that my brighter colors would show up. My palette's preferences tend to go more toward the earth tone colors. I love sepias, browns, grays, shades of gray. I'd love to get that set of paint someday. It's on my list. So this is something that, to me, these are bright colors. These are colors that I do not normally use in my palette. These bright yellows and greens, the blue sometimes and the red sometimes, and always the gold, but in a different sense. So I guess I'm experimenting with a few different things here. Now I'm just going to bring my palette over to, I should just tear this off. The technique that I'm doing here, I watched Shannon Green do this. She calls it her rainbow paper. She lines her colors up on a palette, and then she takes a scraper and scrapes it down the palette and transfers that over to the page and scrapes it across the page. So I thought that I would try that. It's a very interesting technique. Technique has been inspired by Shannon Green. This side of the book is dry. I'm really happy with that. I like how this color comes through. Just a little blue peeking through there, a little light color through here, a little blue, a little pink. Very subtle, but very nice. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side, only I'm going to use black. Here are my pages as they've been stenciled, and the paint on this side is really dry. The paint over here is dry enough to work on. Now these stenciled images aren't perfect, but that's okay. I have some images of young girls that I think I'm going to collage down here. This one perhaps right in here. I really like that right there. Maybe even up just a little. No, down. Right in here I think is where I want her, right on the edge of the paper, to where you still get some of this stenciled image and the color showing through. So I'm going to glue her down. You can tell the paint here is still a little sticky, but that's okay. I'm just using an Elmer's glue. Now the question is, do I want to bring some paint in and push these into the background so they aren't as stark? Or do I want to let this original scraped paint show through? It's very interesting. I almost want to paint these little figures out, but no, I think I'm going to leave them. If I wanted a silhouette, I should have traced around them. So I think I'll leave them like they are. And I think I'll just leave everything the way it is. I'm hesitating to push this into the background with a coat of paint, because then I will destroy this original scraped rainbow paint. And I want to keep that. So I think I'm going to call this page finished. Let's sign it here. I'm going to call these pages finished. I'm happy with them. Just a little art play every day. That's all this is. I will see you on the next page.